Good evening and welcome to that demokratiska Böhmen, where we are situated by the great new coal power plant. I don't even know what word to use. Severe power plant. It's certainly serious. It means business. This power plant is one damn nice mod. Very well done, modder. However, there is a potential to get a lot more smoke going through the stacks here, because we are only running at about 40%, maybe. Yeah, we're at 41 megawatts, 41 megawatts, and we have 6 high voltage lines available to us, I do believe, yes, and of which there are only 2 left. So, first of all, which of you are not at full capacity already? And let's get you to full capacity. And what would be lovely is if we could export to the Soviet Union, because that is what we are trying to do. You are at 10 megawatts, and you are selling. Why then aren't... I think isn't there another... Oh, the cheeky Ruskis, they don't have a power connection until down here. And what have I done here? For some reason I built the main connection because I wanted to be running at maximum capacity. There is something, an unused potential there. And we have this here, which is going the other way. Building is without power supply, you're telling me. Building is without power supply. Would that be because there is just one little bit missing here? Or is this the domestic power line? Here's a switch. This is domestic stuff. This is domestic stuff that is not to be used. Not to be used. See, this game is really tricky to get the electricity grid right. And I suppose the electricity grid really is a complicated thing, but one thing that I think that the game developer has gotten completely wrong is the capacity of high voltage lines. Because we are a republic of 60,000 people, and actual population is 60,000 people. However, a person here might not be equal to a person in a real life, but anyway, I feel that it's slightly unbalanced. That what the hell was it? Yes, that high voltage lines can only carry 14 megawatts. Because that is not very much for a high voltage line. I don't know how much a real high voltage line can carry, but it's certainly a lot more than that. A lot more, in fact. This one is going full. Are all our power connections with the Soviet Union running at full capacity? What about this one? Yes. Well then. I suppose there's only one thing for it. But this one is unused potential. But yes, and we do, since olden times, have a line that goes here by somewhere. Where does it go? Here. But then it ends, apparently. Does it not? Yes, it ends here. Fantastic. We can reuse. Oh, Well, what? Yes. This pylon ends here. Okay, well, thank you very much. This is not connected in any way, in any direction. And where was I to hook up? Over by the border, there was a switch. Or, yes, there was a switch, but there was also... Yes, I'm gonna go up besides this one, because they are somewhat related in some way. No, yes, this is the one. Yes, this is the line that I want to connect to, so they are... So I don't have to build all of this stuff. That's good. I'm not touching the bulldozer button here. I have to be a bit careful because those high voltage lines that have already been built are quite expensive, you know, and we are tight for rubles nowadays. There's only 2.5 million left, actually. Where was it when we started out here? 39 million rubles, maybe, something like that. So that goes to... just goes to... That's just to tell you that you think that you got this game in a little box and you figure it out, and you see I'm making all this money and how great am I? Ain't I? What is this? Oh, what? What the hell? There is something not right here, because this switch here is not running at full capacity, and this line over here, I mean, skip past. If you dare to miss out on anything dramatic. That one ended there. Yes, that was the one that I wanted to use. Where the hell did my planned one go then? Here it is, somewhere. Yes, here it is. Well, that's not helpful. Cancel. What? What am I trying to do? I don't know. This is too complicated. This is just too complicated. That one ends there. So, and that I know that line is only at 10 megawatts. So I need somewhere to dump that power into, and I am not using it for domestic purposes. For that, we have the old power plants in Demokratikraft that was built in the early 60s. One of the first things that we built in the Republic, and they will continue for as long as I am in power. They will continue to power us, certainly. No, this is for our brethren in the whatever direction that may be, in the Soviet Union, because things are coming to something or other. However, this will be very expensive. This is 500,000 rubles to build this. Is it really necessary to build all these high voltage lines? I mean, you already have a lot of it. But this building is without power supply, you're telling me. And if I were to connect this line that I'm currently fiddling with to this one, for example, where do you go? Yes, you are that, and yes, here. Here, if I were to connect up to here somehow, how far did I go? Okay, let's take a little shortcut here. Something like this. That will certainly, probably, very likely look very beautiful. And so much cheaper too, isn't it? Yes. This is certainly a lot cheaper than it would have been, especially since these I am not now tearing down. Okay, I'm tearing down a part of. Yes, I went a bit too far there. Let's put the switch in about here. Yes, fine. Thank you for reminding me to. No, what? No, did that just break up into segments, or can I still build the whole thing? Yes, it's building. Thank you. It's auto building. That could have been a nightmare, I think. That's something that is rage quitting material, certainly. And there we go. Now, that was a lot of money, and we are low on rubles. We are really low on rubles. 1.4 million rubles is all we got. However, it is ticking up. Yes, it is ticking up. Not quickly, but it is ticking up. And do we now have voltage here? Yes, we do. But we are overloading it. We can only take out about 4 megawatts. 4 megawatts should be stable, I think. Okay, that's one of them. But it should be prepared sort of over at the next one, which is really close. So I've already gone past it. The Snottle. Snottle, is that where I just went? Yes. Where am I? I am over here. Okay. Well then, what do we have down here? And now again, I find myself looking at high voltage lines looking at power lines during the night, and that's terrible. Let's instead go watch something interesting. Why you choose to have the day-night light cycle on in this game? Why it is, without a question, the right thing to do. Here we go. Look at the capital of Lesje, and look at the bugs. Look at the Folkvagnar here going by. They're all blue, and the bus didn't seem to want to stop there. There's an ambulance without its lights on. Maybe just is out filling up for diesel. I think even the ambulances run on diesel here in our republic. Well then, let's see if we can find something more interesting to look at than some random here. I think it's a nice pattern of the cars of Lesje moving around the streets. Only 500 people out of the 10,000 living in this city that have a personal car, and this is what you get. So I suppose the game is quite literal in this sense. That one worker, if you can have personal car, then when transporting workers around, each worker will take up quite a bit of space on the roads. Yes. And that, children, is why we pay road taxes. So we're leaving the capital and going back to figuring out how to maximize power output. Do I have any that are running? That one is running, but the voltage is a bit low. Where do you go, my darling? Where do you go? I want to know. Where do you go, power line? What are we feeding you off of here? You go straight to the power plant, and the voltage is kind of lowish. That's weird. We should have plenty of workers, but we don't have. Well, we have coal available there. Okay, well then, if we're gonna be that way, I'm gonna put an engine here to shut you up and make you not complain about coal, since we currently do have a lot of coal available. There is no reason for you to complain. And you have gravity on your side, and there you go. Go away. That was probably very cheap, and yes, I do have a lot of money here available to me, yes. But there we go, and this is a bit interesting. This conveyor, I think it's going to get its power from the power plant, which is not a very safe system to build. That is very unsafe, because if something were to happen and you were to run out of coal in the power plant, which I have now done in that little time that it was shut off, they ran out of coal. So if one of you people could take well, I think we're going to need all of you. So before your shift ends, take a wheelbarrow and a shovel and run up the hill here. It's not that bad, is it? No, it's not. It's not that bad of a. You can do it. Come on, I know we can do it. We need to get the fire going again here. And I promise you that once you have done this small manual task, then all will be well. Well, we can also do it like this. Let's imagine that that's what happened. This is only costing me 422 rubles. Finally something cheap. Yes, there we go. Running at good capacity. And it just said come to that coal, and it is continuously filling up. So that tells me that we have, well, enough workers here. Only 42 apparently, but there seems to be enough coal to go around. This storage is, well, it's actually going down a bit, but no, let's not worry about that. Let's worry about maximizing output here. Whatever I did, that should have brought it up a little bit. What else? This switch, where are you at? This is also an underused line. What can we do to you? Where do you even go? What the? You are connected to this power plant. Also. No. That is probably something legacy. You know, this republic started out by exporting power to our neighbors. So, but as we grew, I reused, or I put in switches and stuff in the network to reuse or to take advantage of the high voltage electricity that was available to me. Did I just break something? No, I don't think so. Are you still exporting? What? No, you are now without power supply. Well then, what is going on here? Did I just turn off the power to the oil refinery? Yes, I did. That was not a good thing to do. That was the wrong thing to do. Let's put that back in, shall we? And why you were connected to... What is this? We can live without the oil refinery for a little bit. There's no need to panic about it. What are you? Building without power supply, but you are a high voltage switch and you go straight to the border. And the border is now dead, I would presume. Yes. So, first things first, the oil business will be back in business. This is the first power outage that we've had from Demokratikraft for soon to be 30 years, so they should not complain over there at the oil refinery. There we go. That should mean that we are now exporting power. As soon as yes, we are. There we go, good. That should mean more smoke. Oh, okay, maybe the oil business can have the power back now. I don't need to look at the smoke before they have their power back. And where were you? You are here. For some reason. What? What? It is this line that goes to this switch. No. This is hopeless. Is it now working? Yes, it is now working, but there is something not right here. Stuff are interconnected or something, and let's get to the bottom of it. Well, isn't this exciting? Okay, but you... Yes, you, switch, are feeding off there. So I apparently thought that that was the export line, which it also is. And you, my friend, why are you connected there? That should mean that the oil business is now offline. Yes, you're off the grid. Oh, you're OTG for the moment. You won't need to be for long. You don't need to be an OTG kind of guy for long. I'm an OTG kind of guy. Yes. This will not look very beautiful, but then again, this is a matter of pride for the people of Demokratikraft, because this is the power for the oil refinery, and I didn't even look at the cost of it. I'm down to 1 million rubles. I need to put some sort of limit to my spending, I think, here. But yes, we're back. And how is the pensions fund doing? $327 million? I seem to recall that it has been more or something. Aha, we are full of bitumen. We need more bitumen. What are you loading up on? Fuel. That means that we get to buy another bitumen train, apparently. Or are they stuck somewhere? Or are they stuck somewhere? Let's see. Where am I? I'm here. That is not correct. We are going this way. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la. Here's... perhaps, yes. It's just been, but you own, yeah, of course, you only got that little bitumen because there was a power outage at the oil plant. Still, though, we are producing, but there is a lot of bitumen stored here, and he would have taken, like, these two tanks put together is 1,800 tons of bitumen, and I think we're gonna need to buy this. I'm gonna need to be really tight with my rubles here. It's starting to cost. And that locomotive came out of the pensions fund. Am I even able to afford a proper oil exporter? Let's see, 124,000, 125, say. Ugh. That you can really feel it every time. No. And yes. So it's all for the pensions. It's all for the pensions fund. I think that we should soon start to see a real explosion to the pensions fund if this is working. Right, shouldn't we? After all, we've been selling exactly 0 bitumen to $4 up until very recently, and now we are instead selling all bitumen for $4, which is also why we are getting closer and closer to being in dire straits when it comes to to the ruble situation. But if I wanted to, I think I could remedy that quite easily by exporting chemicals, because now let's just look at the beautiful coal plant here in the Sunrise or wherever it is, and look at the smoke. I'm a bit disappointed in the smoke. How are we doing with pollution monitoring? Here, let's see the actual pollution, please. That's not enough. That's disappointing. Okay then. Yes. Chemicals. The chemicals industry. We are full of chemicals. We have a surplus of chemicals, and we have trucks going all manner of crazy here. And I wonder if there isn't like a customs house. Where are we? Where are we? We are here. There is a road. There is a road. No, this is not a good road. This is a rail road. And no, we're not transporting chemicals by rail. That would not be a wise choice. But there is a road here, which I have paved at some time. And I think that will do very good, very nicely for use of, for exporting a bit of chemicals. Yes, and look at this, we have chemical trucks available for us. Yes, minimap, thank you, or rather not so many, it's not so mini map, rather huge map at that point. And let's see, which one of you do have the most vehicles related to them? Okay, it's certainly you have the least amount of vehicles, so you go here. Oh, and you get rid of this. This was your old thing, and now, well, thank you, developer, for fixing that. So previously it was not allowed for a vehicle to have one stop, which was really annoying at times like this when you want to repurpose something. But that has gotten a lot easier. Thank you. Let's take the chemicals to Sejov. It's a small border post, but they have a rail line and a power line and a gravel road. That rail line looks like I laid it almost. Right then. and go look at you and copy you onto. I don't think that we need that much because one of these trucks will be worth like a lot of rubles, I think. Let's find out how many rubles one will be worth. And will you now go and do the annoying thing of fueling up somewhere stupid just while you are at very close by your destination? Ah, you took this road. Good for you. Even without waypoints in your schedule there. Thank you for not going through Kirarush. Whoa! I have said it before and I say it again. The truck drivers of our republic are very, very brave. Very brave. So, we are now at 700,000 rubles. That is not a lot. And let's see, how are we doing? I mean, we are currently ticking up, but as soon as I buy something or build something, the only thing apparently for this month, the 14th of October, the only thing apparently we are exporting is power for half a month. Last month, clothes and alcohol. Okay, and not a lot. So power is where we get the bulk of our rubles from at the moment. And last month we exported for about 500,000 rubles. And I don't think that I have increased the amount of export to in rubles for powers for grejer yet. But what is one of these trucks worth? Truckload. One truckload of chemicals. How much is it worth, you think? There he went out of fuel, I guess, and went to refuel. Let's see where he decided was a good fueling place. He still has 140 liters in the tank, and there is a petrol station up in, of course, in Kirarush. There's one down there. He decided to go there probably. Is this a gas station? Yes, it is. Ja, grattis på födelsedagen. Ettårsdagen. Let's see. He's going there to fill up. But yeah, you could have filled up in Kirarush. That would be helpful. How much is it worth? Is the question. 83,500 rubles, or $106,000. Righty-ho. And how much of this stuff do I make? I make 5 tons a day per work day. I don't know if per day here there may be 3 work days, 3 shifts. I don't know. So if we see how long it takes for you to get to the border, that should tell us something about how many trucks we can fill up here. But that also would, if we had enough oil, crops we certainly have enough of. It may be the case that you can make like millions and millions by selling chemicals and going into the tunnel. There's a lot of traffic here. Meat trucks going all the way and a bus carrying meat workers, I would assume, as the meat industry of that Demokratiska government is on the other side of this tunnel. Yes, still suspended, very thin bit of asphalt suspended over the water, and we're out in the open country again. Quite a severe bit of hill, and what we're looking at here is the meat industry going by. What's going on? Sorry about that. Let's see if we can't. I'm not very good at this. There you go. That's a truck going past the meat industry. There's another truck. That truck is yellow. That means that it is associated with the food industry, which we're all about here. Let's see if we can't follow the truck along a bit on freehand instead. See how that looks. There we go. We got a harvester going, but it's from Väderstad, but it's the wrong color. It's green, so it's probably not from Väderstad. Maybe they repainted it or something. It is rather large area this of crops, and it is only to feed the people. No industry is using this. And that about does it for the farming area. And now there is really nothing more than the open road and empty wilderness between our truck, the sunset, and the border, where we will, for the first time, deliver chemicals to the Soviet Union. And I'm a bit skeptical about selling chemicals to the Soviet Union. After all, one of these trucks was worth $100,000 something. Maybe I will be a fool and put my chemicals on a train. Watch me do it. Watch me get the most valuable train in history out on the main line. Would be easiest, probably because it is very close by. But the belt line is certainly interesting. But doing that will require a bit of investment in infrastructure. I need to build some rail, not a lot, only to connect everything up. Yes, and shall we see the ruble count going up? 900,000 we're at. So as long as I'm not building or investing in stuff, I'm okay. So we're not going to starve, and we wouldn't starve anyway because we make our own food. Let's see if that's. There are some stores where the deliveries don't quite cut it apparently, and also for some meat. But it isn't very bad, I don't think. Food, 400,000 rubles a year. But electronics, 3 million, and 2.6 million this year. Alcohol, apparently, I don't know how much that sounds like a lot, considering that we imported 0 alcohol. We make all our own alcohol in my republic. Yes, with that, my friends, I say thank you so very much for watching, and good night. good morning, apparently.